Okay, here's how you tie your FG knot. What you need here is your gloves, lighter, braid scissors, your leader. I'm using a 30 pound at the moment, and then your braid line. So what I do first is that I put my reel in a rod, pull it up, put the braid inside the ring guide, and then some people would actually prefer wrapping it around the handle, but I don't want that. I'd like to have a bit more control, so instead I wrap it around my pinky to keep it tension. Now this is a braid line, so don't pull too much, otherwise you'll cut yourself. Now once it's all tensioned up, you grab your leader. I'm only using a 30 pound on this one. So you put your leader on top of the braid, make a grid as if it was a X and Y axis, where your braid is on the X axis, your leader is on the X axis and the braid is the Y axis, or the vertical one. So what you need to do is put it on top, wrap it around, wrap it behind the braid line, pull it up. Okay, now from here you wrap your leader behind the braid again from behind. So do that. Okay, now that's one cycle. I'll do it multiple times. So behind, top, then behind, up top, and do that for I do mine depending on around 15 to 20. So it really depends on you how much you wanted it. But don't do too much, because otherwise it will have a problem casting and it won't go through as smoothly on your ring guides. Okay. Okay, that's about enough. Okay, now once you're satisfied with the amount of wraps you have, remove the braid from your pinky, and what you want to do is do some, sorry, this is quite untidy. Okay, what you want to do, pinch it there, is to do some half hitch knots. Half hitch, 1, I do 3, 2, 3. Okay, that's already secured. Now here's the crucial part. You wet the line. So I wet that one. You grab your glove. Some people just prefer using their hands to pull this one, but for me, I prefer using gloves. So grab the braid, wrap it on your arm, on your hand, and grab the leader, wrap it on your hand. So what you want here is to actually pull it. Make sure that you're not actually holding the tag ends of the braid and the leader when you're pulling it. So give it a pull. Okay, that should be fine. Now you know you've done a good pull when you can see that the braid has already warped. Sorry, the braid has already warped with the leader, and it just forms like that spring type of texture, and that's pretty much it. Now how you finish it up is that you do a couple more half hitch knots. For me, I just do 5, really, 5 to 10, depending on the size of the line. And what I use this FG knot for, really. So if I'm doing live bait setup, I do more. If I'm just doing standard casting and catching some pelagics, then it's all right. Okay, 2. Okay, say that's enough. Now how I want to finish this off is with a risotto knot. So how you do a risotto, it's almost the same as a half hitch knot. So you do a half hitch, but instead of finishing it up, you actually just wrap it more. Me, I do personally around 5 to 10, but for this purpose alone, I'm just gonna do 5. Okay, and that. Now what you want to do is that you pinch the bottom end, where looking like that. You unravel this part. Okay, that this loop. So unravel it, pull it back. Okay, pull it back, pull it back. And once it's all pulled back, this is where you pinch the loop and slowly tug it out. Pull it. Oops. Okay. So that's a risuto. So what it does basically, as you can see, if you didn't do a risuto, the tag end will be at the very end of the knot. But this time around, since we did the risuto, it's now hidden behind. So if you have ever experience of like tying your own ring guides, it's almost the same principle of like making sure it's pulled back and the tag end is actually hidden. So okay, that's that. Now what we want to do is where we're going to use our lighter, is to burn tag ends. So I leave that much bit. I burn it up. So be careful when you're burning it, you don't want to burn the braid itself. Give it a pinch. Okay, and then you cut the braid where the risuto was. Same principle goes. Just burn the tag end and be careful with it. Okay, there you go. And that's your FG nut. See? So why do you have to burn that bit? So it acts as if it was a stopper. It makes sure that when you're casting multiple times, there will be times wherein it will unravel by itself and you'll have to retie your FG knot. Worst case scenario is that when that happens and you have a fish on, that's where it's the weakest link and that's where the FG knot will break because the braid's no longer wrapped properly and it's already too loose. So that's what the burnt bit does. Okay. Now I've used this FG knot for quite a while now. I've landed some tunas with it, a lot of pelagics and whatnot. It has never failed me. I get snagged all the time, and when I pull it, the break happens from the hook, but not necessarily from the knot itself. So there you go. That's how I tie my FG knot.